Hello everybody and welcome to our second game of King of the Hill, Season 3, Episode 6. It is good to be back, and who is also feeling like it is good to be back is Von Aston, currently playing as the Brits from the southern side of Lost Glider after winning his first game against Love Nest. He is having a fantastic day so far, and tell me a little bit about who he's playing against today, Momo.
His distant cousin, Von Ivan, repping OKW in the North spawn of Found Glider, looking to reclaim the King of the Hill throne after not checking in on time. But he's here to tear up a storm.
There it is. I lost the glider for a second there. But I found it again. I was like, did they move it? Did they move it just to play with my mind?
Just to troll you.
But Von v Von. Well, actually not the first time we've seen this matchup. These guys normally have great games together. Their playstyles, I think, are just... They're kind of like, you know, exact opposite playstyles in a way, but it just works. Do you know what I mean? It just makes fantastic games.
Yeah.
Von loves to like dive deep, throw in the most ridiculous things you've ever seen. Von Aston is just on point at the moment. He's very like well thought through. His build orders are great. So who comes out on top? It's a really fun tale as old as time, I think.
Yeah, Von is really one of those players that tests your defensive game. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of composition you have set up, he just keeps throwing shit at you. So you have to be ready, because if one of those, you know, big plays goes through, he has the control over the game. So, you got to see how Von Aston takes that into account. Because I know he studies his opponents thoroughly, you know, he's always in the tournament scene doing well. Von Ivan, good old stern pile start, rushing down on that right side munition, forces off a Tommy section. I think this is the same build order from Von Aston last game, right? 4 sections.
Yeah. Actually, that last game, I don't know if there was some kind of like prior experience from Love Nest, because he went for that 5 Volksgrenadier opening, and I think he probably knew that was going to happen. So this must be perhaps a standard build from Von Aston. But will Von Ivan care? I think Von Ivan just kind of drinks some tea, plays whatever the game throws at him.
He's got to be careful here. He's going for the cutoff maneuver when there's a fully healed up Tommy right here behind. He's not even in the point. He needs to get out of there. Yeah. Always making those dicey, close call engagements and plays, trying to decap territory. You'll notice Von and Paul are the ones that always commit the longest to capping or decapping a point. They would just wait until their squad's literally about to die before they leave.
That coincidentally is why Von is always the first person to lose a squad in any game. But Von Aston, I think, as we expected, just controlling the game very well at the start, getting cover positions. And I like this, you know, he's got medium cover here on the right-hand side. He's putting up some green cover to make sure his Tommies fight more effectively. He should be able to push double fuel here, I think. I don't see any reason why Von Aston couldn't extend to take double fuel at the start.
No, he's got the manpower to do it. And did he get bolster last game? I didn't get to watch the whole thing.
He did, yes.
Did he get 5-man? Okay. Yeah, it's pretty much an auto, you know, tech up for Brits, but between players it really does vary on the timing. Some people get it before they tech up for sappers so they can get 5-man sappers out, and then other people, you know, wait till they have a full-fledged army up on the field. So looks like Von Aston's taking that route.
Von so cheeky there on the right, using the Brit screen cover against them. At the same time, Von, he has selected his commander now. It is exactly what we thought with Overwatch Doctrine. And you can see the aggressiveness to take left fuel there. Incendiary grenade on the building, following up the Stone Pioneers and the Volksgrenadiers. Well, Von Aston's going to have to retreat.
A lot of close engagements for Von Aston there. Just slightly losing most of them.
I feel bad for Von Aston right now. I mean, I think he's tripped 2 of the Overwatch kind of flares on the strategic points. He knows. He knows what's coming.
Yeah. And Von's getting really close to his first Goliath. He's at 90 munitions now. Well, Von Asten keeping up the pressure. Just straight on top of Von Ivan's cutoff. Making sure that the loot is delayed as long as possible. And it really is, because Von Ivan's just got it down. But he's at 10 fuel per minute income. It's going to take 3 minutes for him to queue loots. And that's going to be like around 10 minutes before it's even built up. So really good aggressiveness from Von Asten, you know, with losing these engagements on top of it.
It is great, yeah. I mean, I think he's also made some delay on that Goliath too, so kind of like a win-win situation there. Of course, that Goliath is in the build. Von Ivan immediately using 100 munitions to bring that on. Von Asten really has to be careful. He's got the sappers, and I fully expect they'll be sweeping. I mean, you got to get 2 sappers here, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's really important. That range increase on the sighting of the Goliath that you can spot it with a sweeper is insane. And against someone like Von Ivan, who you know is going to build multiple Goliaths, if you're not always paying attention to the sounds in the fog, or Von, you know, times it perfectly, you'll never hear it. So you need a sweeper. There you go. Look at him. He's setting up on the fuel here on the right side. While there's nothing around to stop him, just getting into position. Sees if he's going by this little haystack. Looks like it. Yeah, just parking by the cover. A little bit. I don't know if the hopping in the house will spot it, so I don't know if he's got the range on it down to a perfection, or if he's not taking that into account. Because his main threat might be just, you know, a section hopping in the house, spotting it, volleying it, giving him time to get away. We'll see what happens. But look, the sweeper is headed towards this side.
Yeah, I think that's really nice actually, because the AEC is coming in over there, and it's great support with that. He does not want to lose that AEC. The sappers are going to make sure that pushing on the right side with armored support is successful. And again, he's just got great control over the center. He's got building control on the left, which means he's able to see where Von Ivan's going and also hold him off for a while. So very, very good game at the start for Von Asten. Nothing beats that 4-squad push, though.
Nope. Just straight up brute force coming from Von Ivan, giving his Goliath space to not get exposed. And there's a Puma in queue now for Von. It's always unfortunate when the AEC's out before you've got your light vehicle out, so it just forces you into the Puma. So he's got to get, you know, probably a couple under his belt before the day is done, considering that the standard strat from Brits these days is Royal Artillery Regiment with Command Valentine and AEC combos.
So late retreat here from Von Asten is Tommy's squad.
Mills bombs coming in. Looks like Von Ivan maybe get into Von Asten's cutoff on this retreat here. This section is super low, but MG34 goes down.
Oh no! Goliath's on the retreat path.
Goliath?
It's on the retreat path.
He missed the explosion.
He's got another one. He missed it again.
He let it go. He let it go. Or he's not paying attention. 2 up there for a wipe.
I'm surprised.
And now, yeah, and now Von Asten knows for sure that there's a Goliath. Maybe he's like, oh, this one-man squad wasn't worth my 100 munitions.
Maybe.
I hope not, because that's guaranteed.
I love what Von's done here, because actually working his way up the right-hand side of the map, he's got really good position now, and he's just going to sit on top of the strategic point that decaps all the resources for Von Asten. So it's a crippling position. It's going to force Von Asten to play with manpower and you know, be able to tech or bring out those call-ins. And there's always that chance of that Goliath, which is dangerously close.
See Von paying attention. He's gonna eat a Mills bomb. No. There goes the first squad of the game. Von Ivan loses his Volksgrenadier. Look at this. Sapper with the sweepers have spotted the Goliath, and Von is retreating, trying to get away there. Von Asten's actually targeted it. It's lost a little bit of health there. It's pulling way back. There we go. Second Goliath out for Von as well. Oh, look at this squad. Is he paying attention? Running to the cutoff. Oh, okay. Instantly retreated there. So he noticed that one too.
Ooh. Mills bomb over the hedgerow.
Oh,
Von loses
no!
another squad.
These Mills bombs have been absolutely devastating for Von. Barely just dodged a third one there.
Yeah. Von Asten's on
That's
it though. He's
It's really sneaky, you know. A lot of people don't expect grenades from Tommies most of the time, so you just can really catch them the first couple throws. It's just not hardwired into their brain to dodge nades from sections, as you would see from like a rifleman or a Volksgrenadier. Oh no! Puma eats engine damage while the AEC's following up. Connects that long range hit. Look at this Goliath bait though. Could it be a double whammy suicide Goliath?
I don't know, maybe.
No, no way, he's getting caught on the pathing. Oh, he pulled it too early. Second one, second attempt, it's going for it. He's gonna get it.
Oh no.
He had insurance. He had insurance with the second one. 200 munitions for an AC. Pretty expensive, but saves his Puma, which is very important.
Yeah, I think he still wins out of that, and he's not really using his munitions for anything else. So
no,
it's not bad. That being said, he's not really still got control of the game, but he has given himself a little advantage. He's 2 squads down against Von Asten's AEC loss.
Yeah, he had to rebuild his Sturmpauser to get some repairs up on the Puma. Another section coming from Von Asten. He's going for a 5th section. I can't hope. I wonder that might have been a misclick or something, because
I don't know. I mean, I think it might suggest that he's gonna just like continue teching up. The Puma's not gonna be great against infantry, so why not build more infantry? I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, that's one way to hard counter a build order.
A new infantry section. We're losing a capture point.
This is interesting. Luke's is in the build for Von Ivan now. We've seen this build before. This is quite common from him. To hit up Mechanized Regiment with Overwatch. So I'm sure Von Asten knows.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our
That is a
points.
great suppression from the MG in the church. I mean, like, really just caught them in a tiny little sight line. I managed to get the suppression plus maybe a 3rd health damage with no model drop.
Yeah, the little crevice of sight. Let the Vickers get a volley off. There we go. Something you don't see from a lot of players is destroying other people's green cover that they're fighting in. Look at this, targeting the sandbags so that these Tommies can win this engagement. For sure.
It's a nice move. I like it. Puma there getting nice close up on the church. Quaxel MG trying to get rid of the machine gun. There is an incendiary grenade going in as well, and Von Asten starting to make his move up on the left hand side. He's gonna want to flank that MG34. A lot going on at this stage.
Ooh, look at this flank coming in from Von Asten. I don't know if Von spotted this 3rd squad going around. He's gonna throw a Mills bomb. Okay, he's retreating. I was worried there he's gonna eat another nade. Puma here trying to force off some other sections in the middle. Gets caught by the 6-pounder. He's not moving. Okay, gets out of there. Let's see what this Lux is up to. It's bottom right, trying to force some squads off.
Yeah, Luke's forced 1 squad away. And Von Asten was quite well on top of that, given that he's fighting like 2 engagements left and right of the map. I think he kept a pretty good eye on that. Von was lucky to get his Puma out of that as well. It was good support from Von Asten there as he brought the sappers in to try and get that 18-8 off.
Look at this, another squad of infantry coming out for Von Asten. He hasn't locked in anything, so with him not teching at all towards Tier 3, it looks like he's going to go for an AVRE or a Croc. It's the only thing that would make sense at this point. Most likely Royal Engineer Regiment for that 2nd sapper to get a flamethrower to start clearing out some houses and garrisons. It's kind of too late for Royal Artillery Regiment.
Love to
Damned
see
enemies trying
a
to take a point from us.
love to see a crocodile here. I just think, especially if Von Ivan's going to be going heavily into mechanized regiment, the crocodile is, you know, so heavily armored. Really, it's like,
Yeah, it does
what are you
really
gonna
well
do?
versus Pumas. Yeah, just ping off of it.
so I mean, if he can, maybe that's why he's holding onto his cards here with his commander. Maybe that's going to be a potential call in.
There's gonna be a lot of bleed though in the late game if it gets to that. With after you call in a heavy like that, trying to maintain 5 sections and 2 engineers is quite expensive.
That's the
There we go.
second Luke's
Another
there.
Panzer II. Yep, and another Goliath.
Potential late retreat on a Volksgrenadier on the right-hand side. Does the MG have the angle? We'll have to switch positions, but the Puma's going to come in with the Panzer II Lukes. Volksgrenadier did get away. Actually, I think this is where Von does have a little bit of an advantage, is that he's just got that mobile force at the moment. There's very little snares for the UKF. So he's just able to get around, clear some points for him to make movements on with the Volksgrenadiers. He should be able to get some territory capped, and he finds this AT gun completely out of position. Will he block it with the Panzer II? And can he do any damage?
Walk on both sides there. The AT gun on the Lukes almost gave Von Assen room to throw that AT grenade. But Von is getting out of there. Too many infantry squads to hold that down. Look at this Goliath set up on the cutoff. Goliath number 3, exact same spot as his successful brethren.
Surely Von Asten couldn't fall for it twice. He says.
Not. Sappers is getting kind of close. Oh,
surely!
It's gonna happen! Oh no! There we go, another squad taken too soon by a Goliath. And look, he actually did go Royal Artillery Regiment. And he called in a Valentine. Wow.
I'm surprised about that.
Yeah.
That surprises me a lot, actually. We'll talk about that in a minute, though. There is a big flank happening on the left-hand side. Von Asten is trying to route that MG34. He is actually running infantry straight into the middle of it, though. Going to take the flank with the Valentines. And on the right-hand side, whilst this is going on, AT gun trying to deal with the Puma. There's a lot of suppression on the infantry.
Are getting so low. Star Pioneers go down.
Oh, and the Volksgrenadiers to a great Mills bomb.
Can he pick up this section in return, though? Get some kind of revenge? Von just lost 2 squads. He was pulling so far ahead, and now he just put the ball back in Von Asten's court. Oh, the section's gonna get away.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Now we see the Valentine coming in. The AT gun's there for support. That allows the Valentine to pick out the Panzer II Lukes with relatively no contest from the Puma. And this should be the end of the Lukes, surely. There's the snare from the sappers. Disaster situation for Von Ivan right now.
He's panically building another Puma to try to save himself from the situation. But look at this. Another 18A gonna finish off this Puma. He needs to get out of here before this Lukes dies along with it. He's gonna beat another AT gun shot. Good arc from Von Asten. Oh no! Von just lost half of his pop cap.
Why are you surprised? This is every Von Ivan game ever.
When things go wrong, they go really wrong. Sturm Pioneer, Volks, Panzer II, Puma, all kaput.
Yeah, we're starting to see that graph falling a little bit now. Well, I mean, hey, it was a good push. I think the idea was good. Just didn't quite pull it off. There again, he's left with the Puma and the Panzer II Lukes. I still think that the Royal Artillery Regiment probably wasn't the strongest commander choice here. I mean, maybe Von Asten's just so used to picking Artillery Regiment competitively. He's familiar with it. Maybe that's why.
Yeah. I mean,
It potentially
credit to
leaves
Von
Von-
Aston. He's... Go for it.
I was just going to say, it potentially leaves Von with some kind of a comeback.
Vaughn is just running into these Mills bombs on the bottom right. VP eats another one in green cover, though he's super low. Might lose the squad.
Look at the flanking, though. He's got the sappers ready for the retreat path.
Oh, yeah. Von Aston is always on top of these plays.
He says that he has to reload, but then he does finish off the squad.
Von Aston's just tearing it up, showing which Vaughn is the real boss.
Wow. Wow, another squad goes down. Von's left with one Volksgrenadier.
Is that another Goliath wipe? I think it was. Section went down to Goliath. Look at this Valentine running to double Puma. Pings off the final killing shot. Von Aston gets away there. Pop some smoke too, just in case.
I'd be popping some smokes too if I just managed to escape that.
Oh, yeah, that would have been terrifying. Von Ivan rebuilding from scratch. He's got fresh, unvetted Volks coming out. He is going to be totally demolished in the infantry department. Von Aston just... I mean, he's lost quite a few squads as well, but they were mostly to Goliath, so it wasn't anything, you know, normal COH2, you know, way to lose squads. It wasn't from nades or, you know, just sticking around too long. Unlike Vaughn, who's practically lost every squad to eating a nade. So...
I'm predicting big things from this Goliath. Actually, there's a nice little grouped up selection of units on the right-hand side by the AT gun. I'm wondering if that Goliath could do something there. And, I see what Von's done here. He's made craters with the previous Goliaths for him to, you know, hop from location to location. This has all been a ruse to create a network of medium cover which the Goliath can traverse to get those perfect kills. I'm calling it. Do you know what I've completely missed in this game, Momo? Is the VPs, you know? Like,
yeah.
We've...
Vaughn is leading heavily now. He's just under 240.
Sorry, you're like, Von's leading heavily. Like, no, he's not. Oh, you mean that Von?
No, bleeding. Bleeding. Well, because I'm just going with what you're saying. You're calling Von Ivan Vaughn, and we call Von Aston Von Aston, so... Look at this engagement over here. Nice smoke again from Von Aston covering his Valentine's retreat, so he doesn't need any long-range shots. While these sappers close in for the snare. There we go. Another Panzer II coming from Mr. Ivan. Little traffic jam in front of the 6-pounder here. Von Ivan's not paying attention, just eating AT gun shots. Gonna throw away his Panzer II. Pops the smoke on the Puma, just barely gets away. But look at this, Von Aston's chasing down on this road, looking for the kill. He's eating a shot from the Puma, so he needs to be really... Oh my God! What a shot!
Look how quickly he
that was
gets
so
away.
impressive.
In reverse.
He just walked up and canceled that Luke's and backed up.
Wow, wow. And I think on the left-hand side, let me just count. Did the Volksgrenadier die? Because Von just left the squad on the left VP there. He's focusing
that was
way
his
too much.
Last vetted one.
Light tank ready to deploy.
Crazy, really.
There's Panzer II number 3 or 4? Lost count. And Von just, you know, sticking in the same spot on the Goliaths. Because he's been successful like 3 times.
What's going on the right-hand side here? Just the Puma and Panzer II Lukes trying to force out the Vickers from this building, which will allow the fuel to be recapped, something that Von desperately needs if he's going to keep hammering this mechanized regiment strategy. Of course, he'll also need VPs to stay in the game, which...
Yeah, it's kind of important. It's not an annihilation victory. Imagine if King of the Hill was annihilation mode. Be here for 3 days.
I'd have nightmares even thinking about it. Well, yep, Von Asten, you can see there is definitely starting to take a lead by stats. He's definitely in the lead by map control and VPs. And of course, we have doubled the prize pool for this event now, so if Von Asten clears this game as king, this will be his second win. And he'll be the first person to win on that new format. There's the Faust, by the way, from the Volksgrenadiers on the Valentine. That Valentine was caught out of place. There's an AT gun.
Flank too. He's popping the smoke, but Von Asten knows how to attack ground, so... Oh, both of them trade attack grounds there and miss for the killing.
Yeah, I think Von Ivan was very lucky there because really he's the one struggling for the fuel income at the moment. Won't be too long before Von Asten could replace. I think 2-star veterancy on that AT gun is pretty fierce though. What's this that we see from Von Asten?
He's looking.
He's brought out the Churchill.
Oh, and it's gonna... Nice pickup by Von Ivan. Was looking for a play there, but it's gonna cost him this Puma. Pops the smoke a bit too early. Panzer II and Puma are both one hit from death here. There goes the Panzer II. What? Caster's Curse, I'm sorry. He wiped it out.
Last minute model wipe, but I think the Churchill's gonna have something to say about this. Not sure if the range was quite there, but the Lukes definitely won't survive. And this is the unit that we were looking for from Von Asten. Of course, the Puma ammunition is just going to ping off of this.
Oh yeah. And the Valentine is immediately replaced as well by Von Asten. He's just going to clean up this game. What is one lonely Puma going to do versus a Churchill here? Especially one that's chucking nades at these MGs here.
Love
Almost knocks it out. Yeah. Some guy pops out the top, throws a nade.
Yeah. Yeah, Valentine gonna get taken down by the Goliath. It doesn't get taken down, although the Puma may be
not enough damage.
Finishing it off. It does. And I've got to say, Momo, you couldn't possibly fall for that 3 times in the same game, could you?
4 times, I think.
4 times?
Yeah, there was 2 sections, an AC, and now the Valentine.
I just...
75 points remaining.
Super well played by Von Asten, though. In light of those Goliath losses, that was literally it, really. Like, he was on top of everything else. Kept Von Ivan on his toes by throwing nades, and unfortunately for Ivan, he ate, like, most of them. As we can see by his veterancy on his squad.
I would love to see the Churchill throw a retreat nade wipe, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
be the most beautiful thing ever.
That is the ultimate retreat nade there. I don't think I've seen it pulled off before, just because of how slow that thing is. It has to be like already ready in the retreat path by the time the squad arrives.
50 VPs left for Von Ivan.
Consolidate our forces. We are down to 50 points.
We've just seen the concentration barrage right outside of Von Asten's base. Sorry, Von Ivan's base.
That's when you know it all comes crashing down. Look at these Pumas looking for the rear armor of the Churchill. Ping 2 shots consecutively. 3rd shot pings. Sappers here ready to throw the AT nade. One last hurrah, and there we have it. Von Asten takes it over his 3rd cousin.
GG.
GG.